Black City right now.
Shit.
Hold on, y'all about to see me turn up real quick. Hold on, I got something for bro real quick. Watch this. Yeah. Oh! Oh shit! Hold on. Yo, bro. Yo, chill.
His hair, whack. His beard, whack. His jewelry, whack. His footsteps, whack. Hey, yo, well, DeeKnow, here we are with another video. Let's go!
Hey yo, what's good? It's DeeKnow and we're back again with another video full of crazy clips from all over the internet. You know what it is, let's hop right into it.
So if you're ever getting chased by an alligator, they say to run zigzag, but I don't think that's gonna work. I'd use a tree. Where'd you go? Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Peekaboo!
That's funny. He got it stuck behind a tree so it can't get to him and all it can do is back up or go forward.
Did anybody see the video that was going viral this past week of a worker that apparently had clearance to access certain parts of these tunnels that he was showing off on video? Probably not smart, but tunnels of which he showed being clearly underneath the airport. I mean, he showed himself walking into the airport and then eventually walking through numerous hallways of which he gained clearance into, and then he took an elevator down below, which seemed like levels down below, might I mention, and he proceeded to walk through this other hallway. And when he walked outside of the door at the end of this hallway, he showed these vast tunnel systems. I mean, these seem to have stretched out for well over a mile. It looked like you can even drive a fucking semi through them. It's actually crazy because on his video, you can actually see numerous individuals passing by him, some even wearing these full black suits. I mean, these things look like mining tunnels. And then he proceeded to talk about something, which is probably why his video just so happened to be taken down. He proceeded to speak about these aircraft that he claimed were hidden down below in various sections throughout these tunnels. He started mentioning how there's certain individuals apparently that have high security clearance that have access to those certain parts of the tunnels and shit. He even started to talk about Stargate, proceeded to talk about how apparently
He said he started to talk about Stargates. Yeah, I want to see what's under the Denver airport. I've never seen everything that's under there, but I've heard about it for like the last 20 years or so, that there's all kinds of really cool stuff underneath there. Oh man, that thing's the size of the city, dude.
Breaking news, but what if this blob here was nothing more than our magnetic field failing? And before you want to slam me, this was in 2020 when it was a collapse taking place here. And oh, what's this? Oh, it also goes around Beauvais Island. This is known as the South Atlantic Anomaly, and yes, NASA is even following this, but check this out. Someone is wondering if it's splitting. Watch it start taking place in 2014, and watch what ends up taking place around Beauvais Island in 2020. Now, I would love to tell you what takes place in this exact location, but that's too hot for this platform. It's naughty words I'm not allowed to say. But there's an increase of people that get sick. It deals with an image like this of what is increased in that area. And again, yes, NASA is aware about it. So you tell me, do you think that that's a possibility of what the blob is? Take care. God bless.
I mean, it would make sense. He's talking about that anomaly from 2024 that everybody said changed all the weather over in South Africa and whatnot. It would make sense if that's just like the magnetosphere wearing out in a certain spot or something.
Yeah, buddy. If you say so.
Out of Milwaukee that you just have to see. This chase happened after a suspect jumped out of a second-story window. Police had been calling to the man, ordering him to come out. We are still working to learn exactly why police were called. Also, an interview about a possible ICE detention in Milwaukee goes viral. You may have seen the post in which a family told Telemundo they were detained after being overheard speaking Spanish at a department store. ICE tells us they do not have a record of this ever happening. And the NTSB says Wednesday night's plane crash in Washington, D.C. is now the deadliest U.S. air disaster in almost a quarter of a century. More than 40 victims have been pulled from the Potomac River. The jet crashed into a Black Hawk helicopter, killing all 67 people.
Okay, that was a lot there.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my god! Oh my god! La ilaha illallah! There's a plane, bro!
Yo, that's wild. What about all these airplanes that have been crashing everywhere lately? It's getting pretty crazy, dude. Like, that's wild. Nah, there's no way you'd catch me working out in that kind of weather, especially on rooftops. Like, if I knew that was coming at all, or there was a chance of that in the day, I wouldn't be working that day. Not like that. No.
Getting ready to take my children to karate class, and I look up in the sky and I see this. Focus your attention on the center of the screen. Yeah. Y'all saw that? Don't worry, it's coming back. What caught my attention was that it looked like it was something sparkling in the sky. Look at that. Yes, I had no clue, y'all. I have no clue. I've not seen that before. And I've seen a lot of things. And there's a little tic-tac thing that people, that's what they call it on social media. See, there it is again. I don't know, they're in the same vicinity. Like they kind of met up in the sky, did like a little drive-by. Y'all, I don't know what's going on right now. But I'm just glad that I caught this on camera, because look at that. It has some kind of consciousness, y'all, because it's going to the right of the screen. It's kind of going behind the clouds over there. Now, the only reason why I don't holler at me, y'all.
It's a flock of birds, man. As for the one flying by, I'm guessing it's an airplane way off, but that's a flock of birds, dude. I promise you, that's a flock of birds.
Whoa! What the What? Shut up. What the? What's that? Bro, I don't know if I could do this. I don't even know where the hell that came from. Hello? What the fuck is going on? Ah! Oh my god, what is going on in this house? Oh, stop it. Ah! I can't fucking do this. Ah, shit. I don't know how much longer I can do. This is genuinely the worst fucking thing ever.
Guys, it's time to get out of here, so.
But he's staying at a haunted house for the night, and like he didn't believe it was haunted, but when he got there he figured out, oh crap, it's for real haunted, like for real.
No quiere.
What in the AI? Yeah, that's supposedly the middle of Antarctica.
Excuse me. Are you back there again? This has become its favorite spot. Now, and there he is. Okay, that's enough water, please. Everyone can see you in their reflection, bud. Everyone can see you in their reflection. And it's gone. Okay. I know he's not in here, but I just want anyone who's watching to see. This is too small, but just like it's not. I just wanted you to see. The cabinets are knocking again. I'm leaving. Oh, that's enough for today.
That'd be wild. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I guess just ignore it and keep moving about my day. That's supposed to be the same spot from that one video earlier.
Your guns are knockoffs. Your guns are the rejects. You don't know about percussion grenades. You don't know about direct energy weapons. You don't know about none of this. You don't know about DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency that has robotic mosquitoes, robotic snakes, robotic dogs and cheetahs. You don't know about that. They assassinate you with something that looks natural. And you talking about my 4-5, click, click. Bruh, you don't know what type of enemy you dealing with. Because you talking about killing, but you dealing with a master killer. That's what they do.
Yeah, he said we got the knockoff guns. I believe him though. I really do, because their guns are just way more expensive too. Theo Von.
Hey, I'm the fan who got choked out by Theo Von. Let me tell you what actually happened. So I'm not just a random fan. I live in Nashville. I play music full time. That's me. All of this happened on May 2nd. You can see right there. Which also happened to be my birthday. I had my gig from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. My friends brought me cake. They brought me balloons. The bar brought me sparklers. So when Theo walked in, he didn't have any security with him. So people were walking up to him, talking to him, taking photos. I finished my show. This was like 10:18. Nobody in my party had talked to him yet, not even me. We thought it would be a funny video idea to get him and me popping my birthday balloons together because he's a comedian. I was trying to be courteous because he was talking to somebody at the moment. So in this next video, you can actually hear me say, I don't want to interrupt their conversation. I was waiting my turn to talk to him. Everybody was all just standing around having fun, having a good time. Nobody was bothering anybody. I mean, I'll show you the full video. That's the guy I was waiting for, who I didn't want to interrupt. This is where the video that you've seen starts. I went up and I said, will you pop some balloons with me? He turned away and looked like I said something offensive. I leaned in and said, hey man, I'm a fan, I'm just messing with you. He turned back around and then aggressively got in my face right there. I was confused, so you can see me lean in and say, what? And that's when he grabbed my throat and shoved me back. What happened was a completely
Come on, man.
reaction. Especially when you consider
He probably thought you meant like drugs or something, dude.
We hadn't even talked to him. This was a 14-second interaction, and that was it. As an entertainer in downtown Nashville, I get being overwhelmed by crowds and people coming up to you all the time. At the end of my shift, at least I get to unplug and go home. And, you know, I feel for Theo where he probably can't get away from that a lot more easily than I can. And post-surgery, I was 1 week back from recovery. This could have ended my career, but luckily there was no damage to my vocal cords or neck. I'm not trying to get any sympathy or anything out of this. I just want people to know that, you know, the celebrities that you see on camera can be completely different people in real life. You don't know. Thank you for listening to the truth.
I just have a feeling that he thought, or he took it as you saying something that was relating to drugs, and like he's not down with that, so he got all mad about it. You understand me? And plus you had him on camera and he probably noticed that, because a lot of people were probably recording. So like you can't really hold it against him, but he really should have kept his hands to himself, you know. I agree. I hate hailstorms. I mean, they're cool to watch, but other than that, they destroy everything.
We should talk about the man now front and center. Jaime Maussan has a history of headline-grabbing artifacts that collapse under scrutiny. In 2009, he promoted the Metapec alien, later proven to be a skinned squirrel monkey. In 2015, the hyped Roswell slides turned out to show a mummified child. In 2023, his Peruvian three-fingered alien mummies were exposed as dolls made from animal bones. Each time, the pattern was identical. Splashy media reveal first. Hard science either never arrives or arrives too late to matter. The Boogosphere is following the same script. We have one vet clinic X-ray, no CT scan, no mass spec report, and the object itself is now tucked away in private custody. No Columbian University, no space agency, no peer review team has laid hands on it. If the sphere really is exotic technology, the next steps are simple. Release the raw DICOM X-ray files.
Yeah, I got a feeling that thing's fake anyways. Everything else that guy has shown has been completely bogus.
What you are seeing here is another similarity between the ancient trees of our past and some of the trees today. You see, when the root system hits the underground water level and you cut down the tree, it starts pouring out water like a waterfall, much like you see coming out the tops and the sides of these massive ancient trees. And perhaps that's what caused the Great Flood. Once these massive trees were cut down, could you imagine all of the water gushing out all across this realm, all at once? It wouldn't take that long to flood this world at all. And what we see now are just the remains. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
I mean, what if the water just started coming up out of the bottom of trees that we cut down? That would be wild. I doubt it, but pretty cool story, bro.
Did you guys know the Soviet Union used a bunch of nukes to try to build a canal? They set off 3 of them to try to connect 2 rivers, and instead they just made some radioactive ponds. Israel wanted to do a similar thing. They wanted to make a competitor to the Suez Canal, but they also gave up on the idea. And I bring this up because even nuclear-powered people have a very hard time building canals. To build a highway of water that is perfectly level over hundreds of miles is no small feat. And yet, here's the Erie Canal. It's over 351 miles long, and it was completed in 1825, if you can believe that. It has 36 locks and ascends at one point 571 feet above sea level. It's just our history books are like, this revolutionized the Midwest. It's like, I bet it did. It's like the first time ever the Great Lakes and the Atlantic Ocean were connected. It's like, this is a more impressive feat than the Suez Canal. 36 locks, I think that's more impressive than the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal doesn't go 571 feet into the air. Anyway, I say all this because I think that this canal was founded and not built. I think there are infrastructure projects all over the world that make no sense. Enormous stone infrastructure that is all over the world and totally defies what our history books say people were capable of doing at the time. These are people who are reading by firelight, and, you know, a hard winter can kill them. And yet, here's the Erie Canal, 351 miles of canal. So I think all of our history books are just incredibly elaborate paper trails that keep the best of us distracted. And the only people who really care about history are incels, history teachers, and like your grandpa, and people who are genuinely curious about the truth. But I think there has been a massive blind spot in all of our collective conscience about the past, about where we come from and what our actual history is. You know that expression that like a lie has traveled the world 3 times before the truth gets out of bed in the morning? I think the complete opposite is true. I think the truth spreads so quickly and lies take generations to germinate. Real tortoise and the hare situation that the truth keeps falling asleep right at the finish line, and that stinking fucking turtle of lies can just creep its way across the finish line every time. Because I think the elites play a long game while all of us burn out very quickly. And it's fine. I just think that when the truth is on your side, you can be a little fearless. I think that is why all of the elites are so afraid right now. They have no truth on their side. They have nothing good to stand on. All of the lies are coming unraveled, and I'm so here for it. But yeah, everyone just keep doing your part. I think this is an asymmetrical warfare. They have had the narrative for the past few centuries, and we are just starting to build our own. And so I hope everybody just keeps talking about it. Flap your gums. They hate it so much.
It's true, they do. They hate it a whole lot, and everybody needs to just keep talking about it, talking about it, talking about it. They're all lying to us, but they know that we know.
This is a time that everyone needs to be aware, and everybody needs to know the truth. There's a reason they are censoring everything, because they don't want you to know the truth. I'm not here to plant thoughts in your head or fear anybody. I'm only here to show you the things that you can see with your own eyes, then decide whether you believe they are real or not.
Okay, so, like, cool, I see that you have a video with the fire going on there, but in that video, the light you're looking at there is the reflection of some blinds behind you, and I can tell because, like, I even see a person there at one point.
I once had a cut on my head and they shaved it and there was a 666. Is that significant?
Yeah, because it's not the devil's number.
Oh, what is it?
What they were trying to do, no, they were
chasing. It's a 310, I hope.
No, they were chasing you from the truth. Because 666, 6 times 6 times 6 ends up being 216. 216 is the key of C, or key of A. 432, you double that.
Wait. 216 is the what?
666. If you do 6 times 6,
I got that part.
6 times 6 is 36.
I get it. 216 is the what?
Is the key of A.
What does that mean?
That's
the key of A.
The key of A, the tone of A.
What is
the tone of A?
Tones have number.
Yes, at the frequency of it, 432. It's.
Oh, I see.
432 hertz instead of them doing.
Yeah, I've seen that 432 hertz.
All right, so look. He knows what he's talking about, but he's using all the wrong words and like describing wrong things. And I can't tell if he's doing it on purpose or not.
433 kills you. Well, the Beatles went to. Jimi Hendrix used to spend every day, spend hours trying to tune his guitar at 432. That's why people be so pissed off at him. It's like, just tune the damn thing regular. No, he needed it at 432. When the Beatles went to India, they tuned their instruments when they got back all to 432 and remastered all of their stuff, because 432 is the common factor of the universal tone. That's the sound of our earth. The sun is 864,000 compared to the earth with its 432. The moon is at 216. All of these numbers tie into astronomical things. So they're important.
Okay. So when the Beatles got back from India, they remastered all their records?
They remastered their records.
They personally went into the studio and did that?
From what? If you go to a site, there's a site called 432 Sacred Music of the Spheres.
See what I'm saying? He's like, you go on the internet and go to this website. See, like, he knows what he's talking about, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. He knows what he's read about.
No. Huh?
You should have known better. You done got yourself boxed in, man. Man, all the transformers on that block and the next block over just went out. It's cool to see when you get to watch it happen, but it's never fun when you get no power for the next 12 hours.
If I told you, the moon is a lens, a surveillance dish, a recording device. They say the moon isn't 238,000 miles away. It's local, small, suspended inside the firmament. But here's the twist most people miss. The moon doesn't shine. It emits cold light, and that's been proven in forgotten thermal experiments. Moonlight is cooler than moonshade. Let that sink in. So what's causing the glow? Not the sun, but a biometric scanner constantly mapping heat, motion, patterns, tracking life across the flat plane. It watches behavior, tracks migration, records who's awake, who's asleep, who's figuring it out. Why does the full moon trigger weird behavior, sleep disorders, madness? Because it amplifies the signal. It's not lunar energy. It's a data pull, a full refresh of everything on the grid. Now think, why do ancient cultures say the moon is the eye of a god? Why are there lunar deities across every civilization? Because deep down they knew the moon is watching, and it's not there for light, it's there for control. But here's the twist no one sees coming. The moon isn't surveilling us. It's scanning for something that's not supposed to be here. Something beneath the surface, something trying to rise. Why do people go crazy on full moons? Because whatever it's tracking is waking up. And when it finally finds it, the next phase begins. They told you it's just a moon. They lied. Follow now, before the next full scan.
He said the moon is a giant tracking device and it pays attention to you and spies on everything we do. Alright, man.
Hey guys, if you're wondering what it's like to just total a car, this is what it's like. I'm still strapped into my seatbelt. About to call someone for help. I'm a little in shock. I'm not hurt, but yeah, I'm about to call someone though, so don't worry about me.
Looks like that chick from Shameless. I'ma need me about 10 of those. Okay, man.
Really easy to put on. It's really good, really comfortable eyeballs.
Do you hear me? I'm quaky, I'm tired, I worked hard at school. Okay?
Alright, so what? You don't want me to mess with you tonight?
No, I'm quaky, I'm tired, I worked hard at school. Watch
You're not going to wrestle here in a little bit?
Well, maybe.
Oh.
I gotta stop getting cranky and tired.
He said I gotta stop being cranky and tired.
Look at that. Holy shit, what is that?
I don't know, man.
I am. That's not a plane.
Well, what is it?
That is not an airplane.
Okay, well, what is it then?
You see it?
Yeah.
That is not a satellite and that is not an airplane.
Okay, well, what is it then?
I've never seen anything like that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Helicopter? Maybe?
I think we should all be prepared for just getting our business in order. I think we should be galvanizing we should be sharing the codes amongst each other, and we should be supporting each other's businesses.
Yeah.
And that way, it doesn't matter who's in office. We'll have our own buildings.
That way, it doesn't matter who's in office. We'll have our own way.
Ever see the CGI recreation of what would happen with that amount of pressure when the hull gives in? So this is the recreation of what it must have looked like. Look how far that went down. Look how scary that is.
Brutal.
Look how scary that is. 3,800 meters. Oh my God, that's so crazy. Oh my God.
And they're sitting just like that.
Yeah, they're just sitting in this tube. Possible break point.
And then this is what would happen, and how fast it would be.
And look at this. It's just boom. 20 milliseconds. Brain pain response is 150 milliseconds. You don't even have a chance. Real time. Boom.
Gone.
That's it. Gone. Slow-mo. Booyah.
And they found it, right? That is what happened.
Oh, yeah. They found like pieces that are left from behind it after it implodes. Insane, man. Look at the bodies. Watch what happens here. This is. You imagine that experience. Just missed.
Yeah, that was that sub that went down with the Xbox controller. Bro, what are you doing in a subway with flaming whatever that is?
Well, we can debate whether or not Athens is a sanctuary city. The fact of the matter is Jose Ibarra and at least 4 or 5 other undocumented immigrants were living in that apartment. So I want to know whether or not you feel, as city leaders, that you owe the Lake and Riley family an apology for allowing that to happen in the first place.
You might remember the dynamic we were living in the late teens in this country, where you had the President of the United States speaking in the most vile terms about people who were foreign born. And you had that notion metastasizing in places like Charlottesville.
Please stop lying. You're insulting our intelligence, sir. You need to resign.
Resign now.
Resign!
Resign now.
You allowed this to happen, sir. You voted for this.
And y'all still wondering why these artists went from looking like this, looking like this. Like, I mean, look at Doja Cat, bro. And now look at it. And look at Cardi and I'm not gonna say his name, Sick Man. Y'all still try to deny and reject what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say his name because TikTok, you know, they trying to ban me and silence me and all this goofy shit, but y'all gotta stop trying to deny this shit, bro. Yeah, everything he was talking about, from aliens to giants, yeah, it was interesting, but he literally told y'all why these artists do come out the way they do. I honestly don't know what it's gonna take to convince y'all when y'all gonna get it. I just guess everybody's not gonna get it. In the Bible, it says that not everybody is gonna enter heaven. So the faster you realize that we live in a world full of lies, the better off this whole generation is gonna be. But it's honestly not up to me, it's up to y'all. You can either choose to stay asleep or to just be woke. It is what it is, man.
Man, I've been trying to tell people about the media and music industry stuff since I was like 9-10 years old. I was like, well, yeah, it sounds cool, but why is he dressing up like the devil? Or yeah, it sounds cool, but why ain't they wearing any clothes? You know, like, I mean, I've just been saying it my whole life, and people, y'all need to pay attention to what you're intaking. That's a balloon like you would buy at a store for a birthday. That's a balloon, and it's got some kind of red superhero guy on it, whether it's the Red Ranger, Spider-Man, or like a Kmart looking Iron Man, but it's something like that.
Did you see that? Probably just a bear.
Of course they were. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual back in 2017? The answer is yeah.
Alright, so for those of you that don't know, that's Dr. Disrespect, and he's most notably known right now, or for the last few years now, as the guy who got banned off of Twitch for talking to inappropriately at that time, like 10 years ago at this point. But then won in court saying that there wasn't really anything that inappropriate and that it was just taken out of context. But nonetheless, that's what that's about.
You know better than that.
Come on, you know better.
It is weird.
I was too distracted to pay attention.
They were able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
I can't understand you.
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
I walked right into it.
He's destroying Medicare. Alright, well, I got one more for you. This one's pretty cool for everybody who likes games like Fallout. that's all we got for today, guys. I hope you had a good time hanging out watching these videos. I had a pretty good time hanging out watching these videos, especially that little last bit with Fallout 76, one of the best contracts that I ever had. It's a fun game, amazing game. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody has a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be for you. It's storming out here right now, so I want to hop off the computer and turn it off, you know what I mean? Keep my stuff protected so I can keep these videos rolling. Anyways, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're going to be coming back with more videos almost daily. Yeah, and until next time, peace.
Bye.